One of these days, you or a loved one might need memory care. And maybe you're like so many people out there who don't even really understand what that is. Well, today we're shining a light on the idea of memory care. We're going to tell you what it is and what to look for. And we have the perfect guest to do that. So stay tuned. Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Scan FYI. So today we're shining a light on memory care. And, let me tell you, the more I work at Scan, the longer I'm there, the more I realize how much we don't know, but how much we need to know. So my guest today is Deena Coffee from Artis Senior Living of Eatontown. I want to make sure I say it right. She is the Director of Community Relations. So good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Oh, Deena, what a pleasure. Well, before we even go any further, why don't you just tell our viewers just a little bit about yourself and your role at Artis, and then we'll get into it.
Absolutely. So my name is Deena Coffee. I'm the Director of Community Relations for Artis Senior Living of Eatontown. I've been there a little over a year, it'll be 2 years in June. We will be open 1 year, March 11th. So we are super excited. It's a wonderful community, and I'm really excited to give you a little bit more insight into memory care and all it has to offer.
All right, very good. And of course, all Deena's information, all her contact information will be listed below for everyone. So let's just get right into it, Deena. I really feel that a lot of people, you hear the word memory, you hear the phrase memory care, but please explain, what is it? What do we mean by this?
Sure. So we, first and foremost, we're an assisted living. We have an assisted living license. Our specialty is memory care. And what that means is that the disease of dementia comes in so many different forms that our associates are living our philosophy every day, which will ensure someone with a diagnosis of dementia is living their most successful life, that having the most quality of life that they can have. And our associates are focused on that every day.
So if somebody is told, or they realize, or they want to prepare for the future, that they're going to be needing to move to a place specializing in memory care, well, I guess one of the big things is people worry about safety and security of their loved one. So how is that all managed in a place such as Artis or anywhere specializing in memory care?
So those diagnoses comes with a lot of anxiety, and we want to minimize the anxiety by allowing the resident, the new neighbor, to have complete and total freedom and to be who they want to be, of course, within reason. So our community is 50,000 square feet of open space. They can walk within the community, where we have 4 neighborhoods, that the suites are located in the neighborhoods. And then we have an outdoor space. The entire thing is secured. So they can walk between neighborhoods. They can walk outside. Our associates are keeping eyes on everyone throughout the day to make sure that they're safe. So that's part of managing and joining their journey. Their journey of dementia is to allow them to be stress-free and anxiety-free. And the way we can do that is by ensuring that their space is really nice and comfortable. It's a first floor. There's no second floor. The doors open right outside to the outside. Outside has beautiful walking pathways that are the right amount of space for a walker or a wheelchair, and there's no deviation in the levels. So it's all been constructed with the thought of allowing someone to have that freedom to be safe and to be themselves.
All right. So I feel like one of the misconceptions, and I had this in my own family, is that you're sending somebody to go live in a place where they're basically in a lockdown situation. But no, that is not the case at all. I mean, you're describing, and having been to your building, it is a beautiful, certainly nothing institutional feeling about it. It's like a beautiful apartment feeling. And I think that's what people don't understand about oh, I'm sending someone to live in a terrible place, but that's not how we need to look at it.
Right. One of the words that I actually think is taboo is facility, because
Facility.
it's a community. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's commonplace. But we are a community. We're a community. We're a family. We embrace our residents' families, and it's their home. So when a resident comes to us, we have them fill out an 8-page partnership profile that gives the family the ability to tell us all about that person. So we know what they're all about. Say it was you moving into our community, Andrea, and I know you like tech, you're good at it, and I'm going to embrace that. If you're having a tough day, I'm going to bring you over to a computer. I'm going to bring a laptop over or an iPad, and you may punch away at keys and get nowhere, but you know what? That is giving you some sense of worth, a purpose, and we're going to ask you maybe to help us. So we're always looking at that partnership profile and figuring out what it is that Andrea is all about and what made her who she is. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what we're going to focus on. And we're going to make sure that your day is successful, and that it's anxiety free, and that you can go to the community center and maybe do an exercise class. Or if you're feeling a minute, you can go back to the neighborhood and go to the living room and maybe watch your favorite show, or hang out with the care partners, or maybe help set the table in the dining room. So there's all kinds of things that we're embracing every day to make sure that you're having the best quality of life and feeling a purpose and having less anxiety as the day goes on.
I feel like the whole concept of memory care has to be given a much more positive spin, as you're describing, because the whole point here is to help someone continue
Mm-hmm.
living their best life despite of their circumstances. They
Mm-hmm.
should still have all the opportunities. So I mean, I do love hearing that. What would you say to someone listening who feels that, I'm going to manage my spouse, whoever it is. I know they have dementia issues. I want to keep them home. I don't want to put them anywhere, even though it's so hard. What would you say to them? What would be a compelling reason not to keep them at home, but to offer them this opportunity, which I really feel it is?
So Artis itself is an acronym. A is ability to have a voice. R is respecting and maintaining relationships. T is treasuring uniqueness. I is integrity. And S is success and recognition. We're going to practice that every day. We're going to give them, and we're not saying that in their home they don't have the ability to have a voice, but your home is not designed, decorated, or created to give somebody, that safe space where they may not get hurt, or that they're going to go over to the centerpiece on the table and they're going to pick it up and they're going to move it around, and the wife of 50 years is going to say, oh, no, Harry, put that down. Do you want to convert your home? Maybe you do. Maybe you want to make it that space. However, it's just Harry and Mary all day long. It's just the two of them there. It's that would be stressful on both of them,
Yeah.
because Harry wants to make Mary happy because he has for so many years. So he's going to try to avoid to do the things that he thinks upsets her. So, and now she's not only the wife, she's the caregiver, she's the cook, she's
She's
everything,
everything.
and that's stressful on her at whatever age, 60, 70, 80 years old. That's a lot of stress. So there's those two stressors that we want to try to avoid. And we want to just have Mary be the wife. Just come, hang out, be the wife, take him out, go to Wendy's and go have a Frosty, go do the things that you two enjoyed as husband and wife. And it's okay. We're going to take good care of him. And, you can just spend all day with us. So it's and there's other care partners there to help to manage and help him walk through this journey. So staying home, listen, it's your home, it's where you feel safe, but at some point there is a point in time where you're going to say, you know what, I need to let the experts kind of do what they do.
Right, right. But you know something, you just said you're home and you feel safe. But one of the keys of going to, a memory care residence, talk about safety, is at home, somebody could literally just walk right out the front door, go into the street. You're taking a shower, you're doing the laundry, and boom, all of a sudden,
Right.
that person is not in the house anymore. So
Right.
for me, that's one of the scariest things. And that's one of the reasons I feel there's a huge safety issue if you are living in a place that
Right.
tends to, you know where everybody is, let's put it that way.
Absolutely.
And
And
you
you
can't
always
just
want to,
walk out onto the highway.
no, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no.
Yeah. Well,
We, right. One of the things that we really want to let everyone know and shine a light, as you say, is the education. Do this before it becomes where, oh my God, he did just walk out the front door. And now that's going to be the norm. He's going to go outside because, he did. And it's going to always be that way. So, and now you're in crisis and you're making a decision in crisis.
never
We
good.
want to, right. In any situation. And
Yes.
when it comes to your loved one, that's even worse, to be making that decision. Come visit us, come take a look. We're not scary. We're not a facility. We're a community. We're a home. We're a family. It's their home. I just work there. I'm just lucky enough to work in someone's home where I have these amazing care partners that are caring for our neighbors every day. And we just want the community to know that, listen, we're not a scary bunch. It's not frightening. It's not what you used to think of. And it's better to know what's down the road and make that decision and do that research. So when you're ready, mentally, physically ready to do that, you'll be like, you know what? It wasn't that bad. Let's go take a second look at that. So that's all we want, is the education. And to know we are the only freestanding memory care community in our area, and we are so special that we want to share everything that we have with everybody. Our communities in Monmouth, Ocean County are great. They have assisted livings where you could be independent with assistance, and then they have those memory care communities attached to them. We're just the memory care, so our main focus is just on that person and how we can best make their day successful.
At SCAN, we always talk about being prepared. Knowledge is power. And even though, you might be listening to this and you're thinking, well, this is not I don't need this now. It's not interesting to me. Well, you don't know what the future holds, and none of us do. And it's always best to find out about these things, like you said, Deena, when you're not in crisis mode. And we always talk about that. It's good to know what your resources in the community are well before you need them. So if something happens down the road, you can say, oh, yes, Deena Coffee, or wherever you choose to go. But the point is, you'll know what you need to do, and you won't be in a crisis.
Right.
So we encourage everyone to, you can certainly, you can go into Artis and take a tour. Yeah. And, and that's what you should do wherever you're thinking about. You should always check it out in advance. And then you've got this, you've got this information so that if the day does come, you'll know exactly what to do. And that's the whole point of this, shining a light on memory care and be prepared, right? It's all about being prepared and knowing what your resources are.
Absolutely. We also have a support group that's the third Wednesday of every month. Our director of the Artis Way experience, her name is Mary Kaba. She facilitates with another woman named Lisa Tori Jensen. They facilitate a support group at 5:30, the third Wednesday of every month. And it's just a comfortable space. Have some pizza, sit and
That's
chat.
good to know.
Yeah, just sit and chat. And you can take a tour, you can walk around that night, or just get your first kind of taste of what memory care is and talk about your loved one, whatever level they are. If it's a brand new diagnosis, if you don't think it's that bad, they're just, forgetting if they ate breakfast, or, it's a journey that you're just starting. So, any help and education is always encouraged.
And fortunately for everyone out there listening, we have wonderful people like Deena to help guide you through the whole process and really, well, guide you through the process, show you, give you a tour, and explain to you. You've got so much information to share, Deena, and it's just, she's a phone call away. And we're going to put all of her contact information below. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate. See, I'm making all your appointments for you. Reach out to Deena.
That's perfect.
Call Deena. She'll be happy to talk to you. But again, it's all about knowing your resources. And, we say this a lot at SCAN, resources mean nothing if you don't know they're out there and how to access them. So this is an important resource. And memory care is a big issue in this country. And you don't ever think it might not affect you. It may very well. Dementia is such a broad term, right? And it's not just Alzheimer's. There's so much more to it. So again, knowledge is power, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Deena Coffee of Artis Senior Living in Eatontown. Thank you so much for being my guest today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Okay. And remember out there, if it's important to you, it's important to us. I'm Andrea Tarr. We'll see you next time on SCAN FYI. Bye, everyone. Bye, Deena.